Hello, Henning here. Today, the Royer R10 Hot Rod. It's a mic. And this video for this amazing mic is being sponsored by Sweetwater because they're nice, and I say I want to talk about this, and then they're like, okay, we'll pay you because you want to talk about this. I mean, win-win. And if you don't want to buy the mic, you lost nothing. But you might want to, or maybe not, but you might. So let's talk about it. Royer is the company that makes the 121, which is the staple when it comes to ribbon mics in front of guitar cabs. And of course, we're going to quickly test that with the R10 as well. The R10 Hot Rod is just the R10 with a bit more output, which is nice because ribbon mics apparently have a little bit less output usually. This has apparently, I'm saying apparently because I'm reading things off the website and I don't know shit, the same 2.5 micron aluminum. That should be aluminium. You got a spelling mistake there, you Americans. Aluminium ribbon element, same as in the legendary 121. Now, it is rather well protected with 3 layers of windscreen. However, as you will see in the vocal examples, don't use this close to the mic without a pop screen, but even with one, they are rather susceptible to pops because it's not the standard diaphragm. It is an aluminum, that's how you say that, by the way, ribbon. It's a long strip, which has certain sound characteristics, namely warm, round, softer. Now, why would we want this? What if you have harsh sources? Brass, for example. You can soften brass with this. You can soften electric guitars with this, and then add a second mic, and that, of course, it's the good old 121 and SM57. 57 for the bite more in the middle, 121 a little bit off-center. Interestingly, the more you take this off-center, the faster the top end will go away, which is cool if you want it really round. And actually, I have recorded it like this, and it really worked well. If you've got very attacky, top-endy acoustic guitars, and you just want to round them off a bit, of course, you can use an EQ, but don't fix it in the mix, record it well in the first place. There's a wet poodle coming. Why are you wet poodle? You are very, yeah, shake it off, like Taylor will. Get it? She's an artist. Where was I? Royer R10. Sorry, wet poodle came in. The R10 does not clock in the same price point as the 121 or other very, very high-end ribbons, but it is, of course, built from the same people in the same location. I'm very impressed with a couple of things that it does. It comes in this case because I have to say, ribbon mics are pretty susceptible to breakage. They are not like your SM57 that you throw on the floor, have a tank rolling over it, and then you go to the gig. You want to treat these with respect, which is why you have this nice little nifty case. You have a little protective dust cover, which is very nice. And in the case is also this holdy, attachy thingy. Screw it in. And now you can bend this and have it in different positions. I had one for about a year. It is right now being repaired because the ribbon didn't sound the same anymore. There was a problem. There was some crackling. So you want to make sure that you're treating this with respect. It is not a throw it in the bag, go to the gig, throw it to the roadie. Can you use this live? Yes, but you want to respect your ribbon. Now, the thing that really impressed me was how it captures a room. Because what is happening with the ribbon, since it is a aluminum thing that goes back and forth, it does record from both sides equally. It doesn't have different polar patterns. It is always a figure of 8, meaning singing into this side or this side is technically the same thing. Singing into the side of it blocks the most sound. You can't change the polar pattern, but that also means singing into this, it captures the room back here. So it does sound more natural when it comes to the room. But first, let's go into electric guitar. We're going to capture a 112 combo from Rev only with this. Let's go. okay, now let's do what people do. Take the warmth and roundness of this and combine it with an SM57. And then in the mix, you can really say how much bite or how much fullness you want. And this can sound very nice and round. I would probably want it a little bit further to the outside, but I'll show you a mixed sound like that in a bit. So now I'm going to show you this on a 212, just something that I did for the Bad Cat videos, and I had it quite a bit further from the middle of the speaker, really only capturing the roundness in low end while the SM57 was getting me all the bite. And it's great for something like that. So for electric guitars, this is your Royer in a budget under $1,000 that actually, does what the Royer is supposed to do with a little bit more output than the standard R10. Let's go and put it in front of an acoustic guitar, close mic'd. It will absolutely show you all the top end. I did boost the top end a bit, I have to admit, that rhymes. But what's great about ribbons is you can boost the top end later on if you want to without adding graininess or adding noise. You can EQ it quite a bit to get a desired result. But this in front of an acoustic absolutely makes it just not sparkle. I was going to say sparkle. It makes it beautiful and full and round. Now we get two more sound examples. One is on vocals. It was about this distance. Shouldn't have done that. I should have put a pop filter in front of it. But this also shows you that pops can happen very, very easily. And you have to be careful with that. Also not to break the mic with those. But also when the pop isn't happening, you can hear that it's nice and round and warm. Those are the characteristics. Would I use it for that? Would I use the ribbon on vocals? If I knew there was someone that had very harsh frequencies, I might try this to add the source already counteract that, but it probably wouldn't be my first choice.
I'm standing at the crossroads asking for the path. I don't believe in Jesus nor in higher math. I try to close my eyes and rely on what I see. The world in black and white is not enough for me. I gotta get up, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm fed up, it's time for me to disappear. I'm under stress, I depress my family. I'm in regress and there is no remedy. Oh, I'm losing touch with reality. This kind of duality is too much for my mind and any kind of psychotherapy. I'm taking off for better days. I'm gonna solve this twisted maze. Turn around, leave town, and change my sorry ways. I'm taking off for better days. I'm gonna solve this twisted maze. Turn around, leave town, and change my sorry ways.
Now, here's what I think this does to perfection. We moved this about 2 meters away from the source, and it captured the acoustic and the vocals, which was very, very quiet in the room. So we had to boost this quite a bit. But it captured it so naturally, it's ridiculous. Because we were singing into this side, but it also captured the room from here equally. You have this absolutely supernatural room performance. That is where ribbons shine. You can use them, of course, on drums as overheads. This can withstand what? How much ridiculous levels? It said it's somewhere 160 dB at 1K. That's ridiculous. It says you'll never overload an R10. Okay, I don't want to try, but it is perfect for capturing a room. So overheads on drums, yes. Maybe a brass section a little bit further away. This isn't going to be your only mic, but once you understand what it does perfectly, that's going to be a great tool in your arsenal. Maybe even 2. I think they have stereo sets of these. Let's get that performance happening.
Lost the ground beneath your feet. Lost your balance and foundation. Feel your misery's complete. Feel the peak of your frustration. But when everything goes south and the walls come crashing down, remember nothing's built to last. This too shall pass. Now you laugh without a thing. Once you're sleeping by the telephone, hoping you might call someday. You treat me like a toy that's getting boring and you throw me away. I wonder what you're hiding from, wonder what the fuck went wrong. 'Cause once upon a time we were as merry as the day is long. I should have seen in your eyes that this was last goodbye. But every time you are near, you make my world disappear. And baby, you make me lose the ground. You got me head over heels, you put a spoke in my wheel. You turn my universe upside down.
So what have we learned? Treat your ribbon with respect. They are easier to break. I don't know how I broke the other one, but I did. It was still working, but there was definitely something happening in the sound that wasn't pleasant anymore. So it is being repaired. This is here only for the video now. Obviously, when you're miking guitar cabinets, which we do less and less nowadays, I understand, but having an R10 hot rod and a 57 in combination is going to get you any sound you want. You can really just dial in the warmth versus the bite. I know now that I want a stereo ribbon, which Roya makes, for the room sound. Because I think if you want to capture an acoustic performance or a guitar or whatever, and have that sound like it sounds in the room, that is how you do it. I think if you're doing acoustic music and you don't want to close mic here and close mic here and then mix it and try to get the sound in the room, something like this at a little bit of a distance absolutely works wonders. So to tame certain top ends, to tame harshness or the room sound or electric guitar, I think this is kick-ass. And that's all I got to say. Thank you, Sweetwater, for sponsoring this video. Thank you, Roy, for making kick-ass mic. I will put links below. Please use them to all the shops I work with, and I will put animals at the end, as always.